Hello everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of the MS Word Advanced tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 8, and here we'll be understanding the MS Word art over here. Okay, like how you will be able to give some different shapes to your words. Okay, if you want to change the color, if you want to give it some effects. Okay, so we'll be learning about all of that here in this particular chapter. So let's not waste time and let's get started. So here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the home page of the MS Word. So the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a blank document, and now I will just save this file as WordArt. Okay, so I will just write WordArt over here. Let me choose the place where do I want to save this particular file. Okay, so I will just come down over here and I will just save it here in my resource file. So I will again name this one as the word art. Okay, word art over here. Click on save. And here you guys can see the name over here have changed. Okay, so what are word arts basically? Okay, suppose if you do write any particular word or any sentence over here. Okay, so let me just write MS word. Okay, so let me just write MS word class. Okay, so here as you guys can see, now I have selected this right over here. Okay, and now if I come here and if I go to the insert option, here you guys can see I do have an option just beside the quick parts called as the word art. Okay, so basically I will be able to select any of it right over here. Okay, so let's bring this thing right somewhere over here. Let's move it up. Okay, and if I do wanna delete this one, I will be able to delete it from here as well. Okay, so whenever I do come to this particular thing here, you guys can see if I go to the insert option here, I do have a lot of word art which I can choose from. Suppose at this point now what I can do is I can just select whatever I want to write. Okay, so let me just write MS Word tutorial. Okay, so let's just write tutorial over here. If I want to decrease the size, okay, I will be able to decrease the size from here as well. If I want to do that, I will be able to do that from here. So suppose if I do want to move it here in the middle. Okay, so here you guys can see now this is here in the exact middle. If I want to increase the size, here you guys can see you guys can do that, but as this is a preset, okay, so you will also be able to work around right over here. Okay, so once you select this particular text box, you guys can come here in the shape format option. Okay, and once you're here in the shape format option, here you guys can see I do have a lot of shape styles. Okay, so here you guys can see you guys will get a lot of shape styles over here. Okay, so here you guys can see, so now I do have a particular box just outside of my word which is right over here. Okay, if you want to decrease the size, kinda, you guys will be able to decrease the size from here as well. Okay, so now if you want to manage the shape over here, okay, so if you want to go to the shape outline first. Okay, so basically outline is basically this particular line, okay, which you can also call as the stroke. If you don't want any outline, you guys can click over here, and here you guys can see the outline have totally disappeared right over here because I gave no outline over here. But if I do want to increase the size, okay, so let's take a 6. Okay, so from here you guys can see the weight over here have changed, and basically I will also be able to choose like what kind of line do I want over here. Okay, so there are a lot of lines which you guys can use. Okay, and see here if you want some dotted lines, or if you want some lines kind of like this, you guys can choose from here as well. Okay, again go to the shape outline option. Okay, so from here if I come and if I want to explore more colors, I can come here and choose the color whichever I want. Okay, so suppose if I select this one, let's go to shape outline. okay, if I do choose up a different color, so here you guys can see I can choose up a different color from here as well. Okay, so this is the color of the outline which you can choose from here. Okay, if you want to choose the color of the fill, okay, so fill is basically the color which you do have over there. Okay, so in that case you can come here and just select the color over here as well. Okay, so fill is the middle part which is just inside the border or which is inside the stroke. Okay, so that's about the shape fill. Okay, and I also have explained you guys about the shape outline. Okay, so now if you come here and if you go to shape effects, okay, so here you guys can see if you want to put up any shadows. Okay, so here you guys can see you will be able to put up some shadows. So right now here down you guys can see I do have a shadow just behind this one. Okay, so this is about this particular effect. So here you guys can check which looks good for your title over here. Okay, so here you guys can see if you select this one, here you guys can see there is a small shadow. Okay, and if you want to check on the reflection option, okay, so let's come here, and from here basically you guys will be able to get some reflection option over here if you want to use this particular glows. Okay, so there are different kind of glow over here which you can also use. Okay, so now let's come here in the bevel option. If you want to view this one quite like this, you guys can come here, and here you guys can see this is how it will actually look. Okay, so just select this one again, and again you will have the shape format option right over here. Okay, so now if you want to give some 3D rotation, so basically here you guys can see there are a different type of 3D effects right over here. Okay, and now here you guys can see there is kind of a 3D effect right over here as well. Okay, so from here basically if you want to change any things like any word from here, you guys will be able to change the word from here as well. Okay, so if I just write a word, and here you guys can see now you guys will be able to change quite like this as well. Okay, the 3D effect will remain intact till the time you don't change it again. Okay, but the time when you are trying to click on this text box, and if you want to change anything, in that case you guys can come here and you guys can check all those things out. Okay, so now this was about the shape styles over here. Okay, so basically from here, if you come, okay, if you want to select different word type, so you guys can come over here and you guys can check what kind of word art do you guys want to fill. Okay, suppose if I come over here, select this one, and let's come to this option, and here you guys can see I can actually check which one will look good. Okay, so these are few of the presets which I do have over here. Let's take this one right over here. Okay, and also you guys will be able to check on with different colors. Okay, whatever color looks good, you guys can actually work with those colors over here. Okay, and if you want no fill, in that case you guys can select the no fill option. Okay, if you want to put some gradient colors here, in that case you guys can come here and you guys can go to more gradient option. Okay, and just click on that particular mode option and click on gradient fill over here, and now you guys will be able to change the gradient color from here. Suppose now I am over here right now and I want to select something in dark, and let's come to this one, and here also let's try to select some different color. Okay, so now here you guys can see the gradient fill option is right over here as well. Okay, if you come here and select the gradient fill, here you guys can have that gradient fill over here as well. Okay, and after that let's come here and just let's select another word. Let's go to shape format, and after that if you want to put up any outline, okay, so basically those are stroke or the borders. So if you want to put up any borders, here you guys can choose what kind of color borders you want to put over here. Okay, so you guys can come here, check all those color. If you don't want any outline, you guys can click on no outline option as well. If you want to increase the outline, here you guys can increase the outline from here as well. And after that, also select the outline color from here as well. Okay, so let me just take something in dark. Okay, so here you guys can, so here, if you want some dotted lines in your text option over here, here you guys can see this is how it will look. Okay, for the strokes as well, you guys can select all of this. It totally depends on you how you like to have your lines over here. Okay, so this was about the strokes. Okay, and if you do want to see more outline colors, basically from here, you guys can choose up a different color and just copy this one, and here you guys can now see the color of the text over here have changed. Okay, so now let's select this out, and over here if you want to put up any glow, okay, or any shadow effect, in that case let's select some shadow effect right over here. Okay, so let's select this inside top one. Okay, so here you guys can see right now. Okay, so now again what I'll do is I'll select this one and now go to the shape format option, and from this one you guys can do some 3D animation if you want to. Okay, if you want, you guys can do it from here as well. Okay, so let's put it over here, and now there is another option called the transformation. Okay, so with transformation, if you want to put up your letter upside down or anything as such, in that case you guys will be able to do that from here. Suppose let's come to transform now. Here you guys can see, okay, so the alignment of the letter is quite different. Okay, so here you guys can see this is how you guys can actually work over here. Okay, again I will select this one, go to shape format, and from here I can also select 3D rotation. If I want bevel shape, you guys can also get that bevel impact over here. Okay, so basically from here you guys can also select the text direction. Okay, so here basically if you want to rotate all text to 90 degrees, okay, so here basically this was about this particular thing right over here. This is about text direction. If I want to rotate all to 90 degrees, here you guys can see this is distorting. Okay, so again I will go to horizontal one. Okay, so if you want to align text, okay, so you can come here and you can just align your text. Okay, if you want to align it from the bottom, suppose I do have a lot of text over here, and now what I want to do is if I just come over here, okay, so let's write A, B, C, then I'll just come and I will write B, D, A. So now what I can do is I can come here, go to this particular option, okay, and if I want to align it, okay, I will be able to align it from here as well. Okay, so you guys will be able to align it from here. Okay, so this thing can be used by space as well, or you can also use tab over here. Okay, so let me just delete this up over here. Now once you come to this word, go to shape format, and a lot of options are over here. Okay, if you want to create text description of objects for screen readers, you guys can add. If you do have an image, in that case you guys will be able to place that inside the text as well. Okay, I have told you guys about the wrap text option, and this is about bringing forward. Okay, suppose if you do have 2 or 3 panels, okay, we can bring this forward. If you want to bring this backward, you guys can do that. If you want to select any panel, in that case you guys will be able to select the panel from here as well. Okay, so here are a lot of options. If you want to align it to the left, okay, and if you want to align it to the center, and suppose if you want to align it to the right, here you guys can see this is the alignment option. Okay, and if you want to align it according to the page, okay, you guys will be able to align it according to the page here as well. Okay, so you guys can just click over here, go to align option. Okay, I will just align it in the center. Okay, so this is aligned in the center. If you want to give this thing a rotation, okay, so here you guys can see 90 degree to the right, 90 degree to the left. If I want to flip on vertically, if I want to flip horizontally, okay, so these are a few of the options right over here. Okay, and now again if I click, okay, so once I click over here, go to shape format, and from here basically you guys can select the shape width and the height. Okay, if you wanna decrease this one and increase this a little bit, you guys will be able to do this from here as well. Okay, so there are a lot of shape which you guys can basically choose over here. Okay, if you want to make some shapes proportionally, in that case just click on shift, and using this one here, you guys can see you will be able to make some designs quite like this. Okay, so now with alt I will just create another one. Okay, I'll keep this thing right over here, Control Alt, and now I will just duplicate this right over here. And what I'm going to do is, again, I'll go to shape format option and go to the rotation option, and now I will rotate left to 90 degrees. Okay, so the same way what you can do is you can just put this thing up over here. Okay, and if you want to change up the color, suppose you want to put some different effects. Okay, in that case, come over here. Okay, go to the shape fill option, and from here you guys will be able to select the color which you want to fill over here. Okay, so come over here again, go to shape fill option and select whatever color you had selected over there as well. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to make things up. And now once you just select all of this, suppose now if you want to select all this right over here, you guys can come, okay, and just if you want to increase the size, you guys will be able to increase the size from here as well. Okay, so you guys will be able to do this from here, and you guys will be able to make your own word art design, and you'll be able to make some great titles, great loaders and stuff. Okay, if you are typing any kind of document, okay, so you guys can make some stunning designs with the heading over here as well. So hope you guys have understood this class on the word art. I have tried to explain you guys each and everything, and also I have showed you guys in detail what are the different ways how you'll be able to work from the shape format option. First I have explained you guys about the shape styles, okay, and I have after that told you guys about the word art styles, okay, and also I have told you how you will be able to insert shapes. Okay, if you want to draw a text box, in that case you guys can come over here and you guys will be able to make one text box. So now over here if you want to write anything, okay, so now if I come here and let's type advanced tutorial. Okay, so let's type advanced tutorial over here. Okay, and now if I want to increase its size, okay, so basically from here I will go to home, and basically I will increase the size somewhere over here. And what I can also do is if I want to increase the size, okay, I will be able to increase the size from here as well. Okay, and if I want to make this thing bold, I will be able to make this particular word bold as well. From my home option, go to B. Okay, and if you want to select some other one, you guys will be able to select some other types here as well. Okay, so I will just keep this thing right over here, and let's increase the size over here as well. Okay, so you guys can come here, and maybe once I select both of this, if I want to centralize this one, I will be able to centralize it from here as well. Okay, if I want to give some different colors, okay, so in that case if I come over here, let's select this, and now let's get it here inside one shape. In that case I can come here, select this one, and now just create some stunning shapes on top of this one right over here. Okay, and now I will show you guys the use of send to back. So if I just send to back, okay, or if I just come here, send behind text, okay, and let's just come here back again. So right now again I will just go to this insert option, or I'll just come over here, and after that go to the shape format option. So from here if I wanna make any box, I will just make up a box right over here. Let's give this box up a different color. Okay, so let's give this one this particular color over here, and now again select this one, go to shape format, and now just click on send backward option. So here you guys can see now this one is being sent to the back. Okay, so now if I just move this thing out, so here you guys can see I do have this thing here on the back. Okay, and if you come here in the shape format option again, okay, if you wanna decrease the size, okay, of this particular text box, you guys will be able to decrease the size of the text box from here as well. Okay, as you guys can see. Now if I click on this one, and if I click on bring forward, or like bring to front, and if I try to move this up over onto this one, here you guys can see that is not quite visible. Okay, so basically from here I will come to this particular shape option, and now I will just increase the transparency to 100% over here. Okay, you guys can come here and increase the transparency of this particular things to 100%. Okay, so here you guys can see this is how you guys can actually work out over here. Okay, so this is about that. This is another box over here. If you want to fill the shape, you guys will also be able to fill the shape from here as well. Okay, so this is the usage of bringing forward, sending backward, and all. And if you want to fill it with something else, okay, like some gradient color, you guys can come here in the text format text effects and go to gradient fill and just fill it up accordingly. So hope to see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.